let's do. How do I get that computer audio? What if I unhook this? What does that give me? Oh! How am I gonna do this? If I have him call my phone, I could just sit it through my microphone. I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. Audio. Oh, input. Y'all can hear me, huh? Oh. Oh. It's echoing now. Nice. Alright. So let me put my headphones in. So. Alright, bingo. So I'm on Zoom here. I want to join a meeting. So let's join from a phone. I'm just testing crap, people. Don't get all mad at me. I gotta see what's going on in my stream. Make sure this is just a test. Later today we're gonna be live. I'm live on the intraweb. Mrs. Underground. I'm just chilling. I'm just testing my interweb liveness. Perfect. Don't get all mad at me. Nice. So now I want to join this meeting and try to bring in one other camera and go. What are we doing here? Let's see what happens. What? Use. Yeah. Check one. Oh, no. Turn that down. And we'll see what happens. So now how do I bring. Split that. Gallery. There we go. Too much of dad. Ooh, we're gonna tell Mr. Underground to call in. So let's see if this used external microphone. Check. Oh, jeez. I know it's craziness. I'm trying to fix this for tonight so I don't mess it up, but the only way to fix it is for me to test it because I understand. You can't hear me. Sometimes technology is no good. I might have to go lo-fi. Lo-fi with Dad tonight. Do just have a call in with him. Michael Dadwithaphone, you did great on the interview on Dateline. Man, we're about to destroy Dateline's interview. Y'all think I'm kidding. I'm going to give you all a little preview, okay? I just spoke with my father. That's my father, center stage there with the... my dad's in the back there. He's a trainer. He's a automatic weapons trainer. That's Dadwithaphone logo. I'm just trying to tell y'all who he is in these pictures as they roll by. My dad is the tall one in the third from the right in the back. There he is with a lot of dope, folks. Coming up from Mexico. A lot of dope. My dad is on the far left. My dad was captain of that SWAT team in Tarrant County. He was in charge of that bad boys. My dad is the one in the behind all the shooters. My dad's an automatic weapons instructor, trained a lot of people. My dad's on the far right. So there you go. That's a roll through my dad's pictures I just grabbed off my quick social media. That'll give you an understanding. But he has been in law enforcement my entire life. And I haven't really gone and talked to him and said, hey, let's have a real big discussion about this until just recently. I was like, hey, Dad, you're about the best expert I know. And I didn't even realize what of an expert. My dad might get called as an expert witness in this case after this interview. So I'm sitting here talking with my father this afternoon, trying to get him to say yes to coming on and doing an interview with me. And I find out that he has been trained by the foremost experts when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to cell phone towers and tracking cell phones. He's been trained by the best instructors in that field. He understands how cell phone towers work, how cell phone pings work. My dad went through all that training and then has actually sat in the courtrooms on court cases where he has had to testify. So my dad's not a patrol officer that started yesterday. He has a very long resume, which we'll go through and I'll let him talk about it. And this is the first time I've interviewed my father ever. And I told him we're going to do a couple of parts. So I talked him into at least a couple of parts because I told him I just want to concentrate on a few things because I'm only going to, this is going to be an hour-long interview starting at 8 p.m. today. And so 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Whatever time that is where you're at. In meeting for all. That's when this thing's going to go off. We're going to talk about cell phone towers, cell phone pings, what that evidence, how that evidence can be used. We're going to talk about some chains of evidence. Not only does my dad have an extensive background in kicking in doors, because that's the truth, he has an extensive background in the last part of his tenure before he finally retired. He was an investigator for the DA's office in a pretty heavy traffic trafficked area, or a heavily trafficked county. So he investigated these. He had to investigate stuff for the DA as law enforcement would bring evidence in. He would make sure all the evidence, have to know that the evidence is being properly handled, that the reports match the testimonies, and the testimonies. I know everybody talks about their dad's cooler than other dads. My dad was the captain of the SWAT team. I don't know how much cooler you have to get when it comes to law enforcement. He also had a private police force for a while. It's probably where I get all of this, except that we'll talk about it. Well, I played the bad guy most of the time. Can your dad give us his expertise about the Chris Watts case? Today we are focused. We're going to keep it very focused on some key factors in the Kelsey Berreth case. I want to respect my dad's time, and so we're going to keep it focused on the Kelsey Berreth case. We're going to keep it focused around cell phones. We're going to keep it focused around what kind of evidence would you need to have if you did not have a body. My dad, first of all, hasn't been following this case. So I don't want you guys to think he's going to come on and know every little... I know more about this case than my dad. But I have some unanswered questions about some things that I want to ask him. Now, he told me to send him a bunch of stuff. But I haven't sent him nothing yet because I'm terrible like that. But I also want him to come from a fresh eyes as we talk about stuff. And a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about was brought up in the Dateline special. But my dad's more Dateline than he is social media. So he hasn't been followed. Don't think my dad is some sleuther. We're talking about a man for over 30 plus, might have been 40 years. I'm going to have to ask him. I used to say 20 years, and then it was 25 years, but it might be 30 plus. It's got to be 30 plus years that he's been in that he was in law enforcement. Maybe longer than that. We'll figure it out tonight. And so it's going to be good. I don't ever want to hear another word on Watts. It broke me yesterday. I know, right? I know. Everybody, maybe if my dad takes a liking, maybe I can talk him to going in on the JS for Justice show and talk about Watts, because that's who needs to talk about Watts. We're going to talk about evidence. We're going to talk about cell phone pings. We're going to talk about what do you need in a case to, do you have to have a body? So my dad's been involved. I asked him this today. I didn't even know, but I'm just giving y'all a preview of this. I don't know what my dad's going to say. He's as unpredictable as me, probably. 200. He's been involved in 200 homicide investigations. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was freaking possible, by the way. So when I say that I'm going to have a foremost expert on when it comes to homicide, when it comes to cell phone data analyzation, when it comes to courtroom proceedings, courtroom etiquette, courtroom procedures of evidence, how plea deals work, all of that stuff. When I say I'm going to have the foremost expert on, go find somebody and have them on your podcast, because I'm going to have my dad on today. And so it'll be real interesting. We got a couple special questions we're going to ask my dad to see if we can throw him off guard a little bit, but we'll see. I don't ever want to hear another thing. I know. And Jay, I didn't even mean to push go on this, so I don't know how to pause a live thing. Is there a way to pause a live broadcast so that it just comes back? Indictments and discovery process. I know. We could dig in for hours and hours. What we're not going to do is dig in for hours and hours with my dad. I got him for an hour. Now, maybe we'll do like a recap. Maybe I can have Jay jump on after Dad's done. And then we'll do a recap. But I don't even know how to work this. I'm not even getting the software right. So I'm going to have to do this over the phone and mic up the phone. And it's going to be kind of ghetto. But I can't figure out how to get this stupid audio input capture correctly. It always just, maybe, wait, oh, jeez, I don't know. Anyway. So, I'm going to have him call in. It'll still be a good interview. He probably don't want to be on camera anyway. I don't want him to be on camera. He don't need to be on camera. So, if you're just joining, this thing ain't even going off till 8 p.m. I don't even know why I'm talking. It's 4 hours away. See you guys later. I'm turning y'all off.